Ecstatic dance DJing is an open format style of DJing. That means that you're not sticking to one or two genres, but that you play a whole lot of different genres. But how do you transition all these completely different genres? Hi, my name is Jonathan and I'm an aspiring ecstatic dance DJ. I've teamed up with seasoned ecstatic dance DJ, DJ Divana, to teach the ins and outs of ecstatic dance. Okay, so if you want to do a transition between these completely different genres, then first you have to establish if you want to do a beat match transition or a non-beat match transition. DJ Divana will explain the difference to you.
Beat match transitions are transitions where we overlap beats of different songs with each other. We make the tempos the same, and this way we create a flow. Non-beat match transitions are transitions where we end one song and start the other one without overlapping any beats. Maybe these songs don't even have beats. Both these transitions are essential for ecstatic dance DJs. Now, when do we use these transitions? Beat matching we use when we want to keep the flow going. We want to go from one song into the other without it being noticeable that we're going from one song into the other, or just partly noticeable that we're doing that. We use beat match transitions often in our activation, cruise, and climax stages, or when we're transitioning between the stages. Non-beat match transitions fall under two categories. We might want to use them when we end a chapter. So we could have overlapped the beats of the two songs perhaps, but we chose not to because we want to make it clear energetically to the dance floor that we're going to go into a different vibe. The other category is when we are kind of forced to use this technique. This is the case when we are mixing a non-electronic song with an electronic song. Often, non-electronic songs have an unsteady BPM, or maybe they don't have a beat at all. This unsteadiness makes it very difficult to beat match them with electronic songs that do have a steady BPM. The non-beat match transitions are often used when we're going from an opening or dream stage into an activation stage, so without beat into a beat, or when we are going from a climax stage into a landing stage, from a landing stage into a closing stage. Beat match transitions sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Non-beat match transitions sound like this.
Great, so say you want to do a beat match transition. So you have both tracks with a beat structure. Then one way of doing the transition is using loops, because in this way you can use the beat structure of one track and overlay it with the beat structure of another track, even if the tracks are from a completely different genre. Now, if you decide to do a non-beat match transition, then one way to do this, I would say the most simple way to do this, is to simply overlay the intro of one song on the outro of the other song. Something like this.
And we're fading in.
You can even add some delay effect or some reverb effect to make it sound better. Now, if you do this transition with some tracks, it sounds great, but when you apply it to other tracks, it can sound horrible. Now, what makes this difference? How could you know beforehand? Harmonic mixing, my friend. That's how you know the difference.
Music is created in different keys, different tonalities.
When you sing, you begin with do, re, mi.
And if you want songs to match with each other, you need to do more than beat matching. You also need to do melodic matching. So in this lesson, we're going to look at several techniques to do that. So there is a system for key matching developed for DJs, which is called the Camelot wheel. Let's have a look at this Camelot wheel. We see that there are multiple notations that are used in this Camelot wheel. One of them is traditional keys like A minor or G major. Another one uses numbers and the letters A and B. This is used in software like Rekordbox, and in Tractors we use the notation that uses the letters M and D. The basic rule is that we can always go from an M to a D or vice versa when the number is the same. So for example, from 4M to 4D. And we can always go to neighboring keys. So for example, from 4M to 3M or to 5M.
So, a quick recap on how you mix different genres. First, determine if you want to do a beat match transition or a non-beat match transition. If you decide you want to do a beat match transition, maybe use loops so you can use the beat structure of both songs. And using harmonic mixing will open up the possibility to mix completely different genres without it sounding weird. Hope this helped. Good luck on your ecstatic dance set. If you want to know more, head over to our website ecstaticdj.com and see if our course maybe resonates with you.